Okay, let's dive into something huge happening right in the middle of India's corrugated packaging industry. There's this massive, missed opportunity, a ton of value just being left on the table. Today, we're going to break down exactly why that's happening and look at the digital tools being built to fix it.
50,000 crore rupees. I mean, just let that number sink in. This isn't some startup's valuation. Nope. That's the staggering size of India's corrugated box market every single year. But here's the catch. A huge chunk of that value is just vanishing. The real question is, where is it all going? It's getting eaten up by what you could call a hidden tax. Now, this isn't a tax from the government. No. This is the price paid year after year for deep-rooted inefficiencies. We're talking about money that should be in the pockets of manufacturers, but instead, it's just getting lost to old, outdated ways of doing things. And this right here reveals a pretty shocking power imbalance. You have just 15% of manufacturers, the big organized players, grabbing a whopping 70% of all the revenue. So that leaves the other 85% of businesses, that's over 14,000 SMEs, to fight over the leftover 30%. It's not exactly a level playing field, is it? So what's their secret? How do they have such an edge? Well, it all starts with tackling the #1 most painful problem of all, something that just drains profits and kills growth for almost everyone else, the reliance on manual work. You know this scene. We've all been there, right? An important customer calls. They need a quote, and they need it yesterday. In a market this competitive, speed is everything. It wins deals. But for most manufacturers, this simple, everyday request kicks off a process that is shockingly slow and, frankly, pretty risky.
And this is where the manual nightmare really begins. Your team has to pull out an Excel sheet, or worse, a calculator, and start grinding through this super tedious process. You got to calculate the blank length, then the area, then the board GSM, then the paper weight, and only then can you get to the final cost. Every single one of those steps is a chance for a simple human error to creep in.
And here's the result. Look at this. What takes 30, even 60 minutes of careful, stressful manual math can be done in just 2 to 3 minutes with an automated system. This isn't just about saving time. It is a fundamental competitive advantage. While your competitor is still punching numbers into a calculator, you've already sent the quote and you're closing the deal.
But it's not just about speed, is it? It's about accuracy. In an industry where the margins are already razor-thin, one little misplaced decimal point, or maybe using last month's paper rate by accident, that can be catastrophic. You quote too high, you lose the deal. You quote too low, you win the business, but you end up losing money on every single box you ship. Ouch!
Now, this one inefficiency, this manual costing problem, it actually builds into an even bigger issue. Because beyond the daily grind of quotes, there are these invisible walls that surround most businesses, literally capping how much they can grow.
300 kilometers. For the vast majority of box manufacturers, this is pretty much the edge of their world. Why? Well, because boxes are bulky but lightweight, transportation costs just get ridiculously expensive beyond this radius. It becomes almost impossible to serve customers any further away and still make a profit.
And the consequences of being trapped in that bubble are pretty severe. You're stuck in a hyper-competitive local market. You're forced to rely on just word of mouth for new business. You can't reach those high-value national buyers. And, if you have special capabilities, maybe high-quality printing, or you're an expert in a certain material, those skills go completely undiscovered by the companies that need them the most.
So, how in the world do you break down these walls? Well, the answer really lies in purpose-built digital tools. We're going to look at one of these systems as an example. A solution that was designed by industry insiders, people who have actually lived and breathed these exact same problems.
And this is so important. Packwares, for example, was founded by alumni from the Indian Institute of Packaging and IIM Ahmedabad. These guys get it. They understand the industry speaks in a language of GSM, BF, and flute types. This isn't some generic one-size-fits-all software. It's a precision tool built for the unique reality of making corrugated boxes. So let's just connect the dots here on how a system like this actually works. Remember that nightmare of manual costing errors? Well, that gets solved by an automated, formula-based engine. That 300-kilometer radius barrier? That's tackled with a B2B network that connects you with buyers all over the country. And the huge cost of most tech? That's solved with an affordable, monthly subscription model, so you don't need a massive upfront investment.
This table really shows the sweet spot that these new tools are aiming for. For your typical 5 to 10 crore rupee business, Excel is free, sure, but it's super error-prone and you can't scale with it. On the other hand, you have these massive enterprise ERPs, which are powerful, but at 50 lakh rupees or more, they're completely unaffordable for most. These new purpose-built systems, they're designed for that 85%, giving them the right tools and the right network at a price that actually makes sense.
Look, this is about so much more than just fixing problems. This is about how going digital creates a genuine competitive advantage. It's about moving your business from just surviving in a crowded market to actually, truly thriving.
So what does that advantage look like in the real world? We're talking about saving up to 95 hours of manual work every single month. It means getting rid of those costly quotation errors for good. It means finding new customers you could have never reached before, and then responding to their inquiries in minutes, not days. It gives you the power to finally compete on a more level playing field at the big guys.
And hey, this isn't just theory. The numbers back it up. Recent data from right here in India shows that when manufacturing lines get automated, there is a proven 25% increase in output. Digitization delivers real, measurable results. It is the single biggest lever for growth that the industry has today.
So how can you actually try out a tool like this? Well, the team at Packwares is making it incredibly easy to get started with literally zero risk. You can join their alpha beta trial for free, no credit card, no commitment, nothing. It's a chance to see the full power of the platform for yourself right now.
And there's a really unique benefit to jumping on this now. By joining during this free phase, you become an early adopter. That means you not only get to lock in special pricing for the future, but your feedback will actually help shape how the platform evolves, making sure it's built to meet your exact needs.
It's pretty clear, right? The future of this entire industry is digital. The old manual ways of doing things, they're becoming a liability. Meanwhile, the organized players are using tech to pull even further ahead. So really, the only question left is, are you ready to claim your digital advantage?